5.5, multiplying polynomials. Now, what we're going to be using a lot in this section is this power rule right here. We're going to be multiplying things a lot with the same base, and then we're going to be adding their exponents. We will also be using our adding and subtracting, combining like term rules that we just dealt with in the previous section. Let's look at this first problem. If this p were not here, and you just looked at that, it should look like a distribution problem. And it is. That's exactly what it is. We're going to take all of this and distribute it through here. Okay? So if I have negative 5p times 6, I can multiply the negative 5 and the 6 to get a negative 30p. There's no other variable to multiply that p with, so that's what I've got right there. Okay? Negative 5p times 3. Negative 5 times 3 would be minus 15. And what I have right here is I have p times p. Those are understood exponents of 1. Since they are the same base, we add those exponents, so this is p squared. Now we've done the hard part, but our answer is a polynomial, and we are always supposed to write our polynomial in descending power order. So I need to switch this around so that the square is first. Negative 15p squared minus 30p would be your correct answer. This works the same way. It's just we're distributing to 3 terms instead of just 2. So we have a monomial times a trinomial instead of a monomial times a binomial. Distribute all the way through. Remember, that's a first power right there. 2 times 3 is 6, so that's 6y to the 5th, plus 2 times 2 is 4. Y's, so I'm adding those exponents. 5 plus 1 is 6, y to the 6th power, plus 2 times 5 is 10, y to the 5 plus 4 is 9. Again, this should be in descending power order, so we need to rearrange these to 10y to the 9th plus 4y to the 6th plus 6y to the 5th. Okay, now for this type of problem, we have a binomial times a trinomial. When you learned this in high school, maybe, you may have been taught the box method. What I'm going to show you is exactly the same thing as the box method. We just don't actually have to draw the boxes. I don't see any good reason for remembering all of these different methods for doing the same thing. It is still distribution. What you want to do is you want to take your first term and we're going to distribute. Okay? And then we're going to come back and do the same thing with the second term. Okay? And then we're usually going to have some like terms that we have to combine and make it look pretty. 9y times 8y squared. 9 times 8 is 72. Remember, that's the first power right there. So 1 plus 2 is 3. This is y to the 3rd power. 9 times negative 6 would be negative 54. Y to the 1st, y to the 1st, that's y squared. 9y to the 1st times 1 will be positive 9y to the 1st power, understood. Okay. Now come back and do the negative 2. Negative 2 times 8y squared is going to be minus 16y squared. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12y. And the negative 2 times 1 would be minus 2. Okay. Let's look for some like terms, making sure that we have things in the right order. We have 72y cubed. There's no other y cubed. So I've used that one. My next largest is the square, negative 54 minus 16. That gives me negative 70y squared. And then 9y plus 12y would be 21y. And then I have the minus 2. That should be my answer.